Welcome back. So Palworld has released their early access roadmap, so we're going to check out Palworld's early access roadmap, and I'm going to be covering PvP arena. That's going to be huge. Trading pals with players in other worlds, major building system updates, raid bosses, Xbox and Steam cross play, server save transfers and transitioning between single player and multiplayer, Steam Workshop support also. So the PvP is going to be a big one, and most people is probably going to enjoy this. So they're currently testing PvP initially, and there may be some different ways they go about this. So it does say PvP arena, so maybe like we're all going to gather up in a, like you would on your PvE map, but there's only going to be PvP in a certain arena, and that's good because obviously you can do both on the same map. Now other games has taken an approach where you have certain areas that are PvP and people will go there, and maybe there's some extra loot and extra pals that you can only get on PvP. That would be amazing, and it would drag you over to those areas, and you could obviously trade with anyone anyway, so you would eventually, if you didn't want a PvP, you would eventually get those pals anyway and rare resources. But PvP arena sounds good because obviously you can test each other's pals, who's going to beat who, and you get some sort of leaderboard in the world, so that would be excellent as well. So trading pals, then let's look into this. So it's going to probably be on your server. There may be like a trading box or something sort of similar to the pal box, where you go up and you put your dinosaur in, and then someone else can sort of take it out and it just swaps them over. Maybe that would be excellent, and it saves the risk of just dropping them on the floor or putting them in a box and having someone sort of scam you. Maybe they could set up something so you're not going to get scammed. That would be amazing, and 100% trust each way. And taking into account with the single player and multiplayer server saves, so basically if you had a single player save game and then you can switch it to multiplayer, I'm not sure how that's going to work with trading pals, because basically in single player you could cheat and get the best pals, but then you would be able to transverse to multiplayer and then trade those pals. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but that's something they're obviously going to have to look into. Raid bosses is going to be amazing. So obviously you get raided now, but imagine a huge boss coming to your base. You're obviously going to want to upgrade your defenses now rather than later, because that sounds like it's going to be a big change that you want to avoid getting wiped out. Crossplay, can't wait to collect the tiers from the Xbox players. I'm going to get my jar ready now. Only joking, I'm rubbish anyway with a keyboard, so I'm going to get smashed either way. But yeah, it's going to be good, more the merrier. Steam Workshop support, that's basically going to open up the game to a whole bunch of mods, and this is very early on in game. So the Pokemon mod got took down instantly by the developers of Pokemon, understandably. So that might be still floating about there. Message me if you've got it, actually, it'd be good to check that out. But yeah, the Steam Workshop is where all the mods are at, so you want to check that out if you want to see some decent mods for the game. I'm just enjoying the game basically as it is at the moment, but yeah, I will dive into mods. If you find any good ones, let me know in the comments and I'll go check them out. So we're going to have major building system updates. Obviously, like, the building needs to be better, especially if there's going to be bosses coming. You're going to have to prepare for that a bit better. There's going to be new monsters, and Pal Roaster is going to be extended. New areas, there's going to be like dungeons that we can explore and make them even better, because they are kind of basic at the minute, but even though I still get lost in them, they are pretty, like, there's a dome, go through a tunnel, there's another dome, through a tunnel, another dome. That seems to be the setup of them, but I still get lost. It's not really much of a cave network going on. There's going to be new buildings and items that's just going to make it even better. Don't forget, this is beta, and there has been tons of money thrown at these developers now, so I'm sure they're going to come up with a pretty good product at the end of all this. So yeah, I can see this game getting even better in the coming months, so stay tuned to the channel because I'm going to drop any content that I find and show you. So according to PayPal's Steam page, they do reckon early access is going to be for at least a year, and they may even consider extending early access, so bear that in mind, with a price increase also. But I mean, I bet they've got most of their money by now. I would imagine this game is pretty popular. They've already released a hotfix January the 19th, so yeah, I'm sure they're going to address any bugs and issues with this game pretty quick, to be honest. It does seem like they're on top of things. For an early access game, I've not encountered pretty much anything, hardly, I wouldn't even say game breaking, just anything minor. I've not encountered anything like that at all. So from the get-go, this seems amazing, to be honest. I'm sure some of you would have had issues, but personally I ain't had any, which, touch wood, it stays that way. But I thought I'd just quickly give you this rundown of what's to come. I know it's very early days and things will change. My friend also launched a Nitrado server. If you want to jump in there, then I'll leave a link in the description. Check it out. But thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay entertained. See you all on the next one.